Hi everybody. It is so good to be back here with you guys tonight. Wow, it feels like it's been forever. So welcome back. I see so many people coming in already. That's pretty cool. Yay, you guys didn't forget about us while we were gone. So hello, we've got so many people coming in already. Hello to Donna Peterman. Peterman Dunn in Pennsylvania, in Maryland Moore. You're very welcome for the live notification. We do our best to make sure everybody knows when we're going live. Hello to Diane Curtis, Jay Haas, Sandy Gaffney, Susan Bates, Marilyn Moore. I think I already got you. Let's see who else is out here. Helen Lewis and Bia and Teresa. Dee Dee, I think I saw Sandy Yee out here too. Margie and Sheila Fisher. Hey girl. Kathy Knowles from Virginia. I know I saw somebody who's here from I think it said hot, humid Florida or something. I thought, oh my gosh. That's actually where we were, believe it or not. We were melting in Florida. But we are back here in Michigan. Jen Dextra, you're right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, just the other side of the state from us. So welcome to everybody. We're so happy to be back. We're actually going to be back for 2 weeks, for this week and then next week. And then we're off on another family vacation, believe it or not. We'll be gone for a couple weeks. And then when we return from that, we get our son off to school, and then we're here indefinitely. So anyway, a lot is going on. Well, first of all, we had a nice little vacation in Florida because we went there for HSN, did the HSN shows, and we had a little family vacay after that, so that was pretty fun. It always feels good to be back, and it's good to be back here with you guys. So I kind of wanted to stay in that vacation mode, and so that's what we decided for tonight. We're doing a little bit of stack and collage stamping tonight, and making some tags. So we put a little two-piece class kit, if you will, out there to give everybody a good discount on that if you wanted to make the tags that I'm going to be making here tonight. Also, for those of you that may not have seen it already, we have got a massive mega blowout inventory reduction sale going on right now because we've got a whole new collection that we're waiting to arrive, and we need to make some room in the warehouse. And so there's like almost 450 items that are 50% off right now. So I would say definitely check that out. If Linnea is on here, maybe she can give you guys the link just in case you didn't get it in your email today. That's going to be running through the weekend. So that's a really great place to start maybe some of your early Christmas shopping already. So take advantage of that. It's probably the biggest sale we've ever had. I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch the camera overhead and we're going to get started. I've got one more thing to show you before we actually get started, but that'll only take a moment. So let's go ahead and switch the camera. Here we go. Okay, so this is actually what I'm going to be making today. All three of these, believe it or not. But I wanted to show you, see my little Stampendable over here? You guys are used to seeing that, but you see this pink one? It's kind of like a rosy pink. This one is an exclusive. You're only going to find that at scrapbook.com. So, you know, if you're like me and you like to collect every color, they've got the pink one. I believe they've got it.
Rose, suppose.
Yeah, it's called Rose, but is it actually... Does it say can you order it right now, or is it just coming soon? Because we've shipped it.
You can get a notification.
You can get a notification. So we've shipped it. They may not have received it yet. We literally just shipped it like a few days ago. A whole ton of them.
Rose Quartz.
It's called Rose Quartz. So click on that notification if you want the pink one, because it's pretty. That is a pretty Stampendable. Okay, so we're going to get rolling. Let's go ahead, Alan, if you wouldn't mind zooming in. I want to show you what I'm going to be making here. So I came into the studio earlier today and just started playing. And these are really, I didn't make samples. I didn't even do any like play stamping just to, you know, see what I could create. I just started stamping and I really liked how they turned out. And that's kind of the reason I'm telling you that is because it's so easy to do. The stack and collage stuff is super easy to do. You really can't make a mistake. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make these. So I used the Welcome Sunshine This is a 4x6 stamp set, so this is one of our Stack and Collage. It's all about, vacation, relaxing in summertime. That we've kitted with our anytime or any size tags. There's actually another die that goes with this, but I lost it. And even though we've been redoing the studio, I still haven't found it. So
It's in the vacuum in the basement.
it might be in the vacuum in the basement, but there is one more die that goes with this. I just can't find it. And then I did decide, so these are the two main things. This is what you'll find in the class kit. And then I did decide, because I always pull in other things, but I did go ahead and decide to use the tracks and treads because I wanted some other textures and things in there. So, but these are the two items that I'm featuring in this. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show. Oh, and then I also used one of my ledgers. I used this ledger. So if you have a ledger, you could really use either one. But just so you know, I used the original ledger. Oops. Okay. So the only thing you really need to make these, other than the stamps and the dies, is a stamping block. When I'm working with the Stack and Collage, I do like to use a stamping block. I like uneven stamping with this. I love the texture that it brings. And I don't worry about stamping so perfectly, and I can get a much better look, if you will, with a stamping block rather than a stamping platform. And then just some white cardstock. This happens to be Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. And I've grabbed a few pieces of this. And then a whole bunch of inks. I mean, I literally just said what looks summery. So I grabbed pinks, greens, yellows, some pretty blues. I've even got gray in the background there, a little bit of a brown because we've got some trees in there. And I will show you each of those colors, as I use them. But really, I mean, any of them, any colors are going to really work. You can do, I just wanted like summery, really bright and kind of girly summery. And to be honest with you, I noticed I did Barbie Jeeps on both of them in honor of Barbie.
Accidentally on purpose.
That was on purpose, actually. But then we also got a Ken Jeep here. So anyway.
I don't know that you can say that.
Okay, so I'm going to take this. This happens to be an A2 piece of cardstock. It's A2 only because I have a bunch of them. Uh-oh, Alan, we got a little problem. Houston, we got a problem. Yeah, I can't roll that, and I can't reach my stuff. Hold on a minute, just a minute. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. Actually, why don't we go ahead and zoom back out because we're a little too close now. Ooh, maybe that's too far. All right, let's go back in. I'm sorry. So the first one I trimmed to, looks like 2 1/4. So we're going to do 2 1/4 inches. And I call these we called these anytime tags because you can actually do this on any width you want, any width paper, any size paper. So I can make it any length I want in terms of my tag. I can make it just about any width because this, you'll see how it works, but this is going to go off the ends and I can trim it however I want. So you get to decide the size of your tags. You're not stuck with, whatever size, somebody else is making. And then this one I went ahead and I did at 2 1/2. So let's go ahead and trim that. Whoops. There we go. And then I think this one, is that going to fit? Oh, wow. Look at that. That's exactly the size.
Oh,
Goodness gracious. That's crazy.
I wonder how that happened.
You know what? I don't think that was not on purpose. That seriously was not on purpose. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Notice I have them all stored away in here. I forgot to put it on a little sheet thing. I just realized I just put it on here. What's wrong with me?
Actually, a good idea.
Well, no, because I'm looking and I'm like, why don't I have that labeled? It's because I grabbed it and I just slid it in here. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead from here and I'm going to see if I can make this work because it is like exactly the same size. Look at how that worked out. Lo and behold. What does that mean? Lo and behold. That's right, isn't it? Does that sound weird? Low and be. I always, when I say little things like that, I always try and figure out where did that come from. Like, why did somebody say that? Lo and behold.
Maybe
I don't know
they
what that
never did.
means. What?
Maybe they never did.
Maybe they never did. I'm just making it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and lay that in here. I'm going to do it this way because I want to tape it. So make sure that that is on there. So it's not really going to cut those sides for me because they're already cut, but
I'll cut one of them.
yeah, it'll cut the edge or the end. What am I doing?
I'll cut one on the
Goodness
side.
gracious. So we're going to put this here, and then I'm going to tape this one on. I did not measure like where it was. I just wanted it to kind of come off the ends. It's going to put the little hole in there and everything for me.
Can you look at the size that you're making?
I'm not going to worry about it being exact. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. But I think we're going to be fairly close. Yeah, it'll work out. Maybe I'll move it down a little bit. All right. So there's the 1, or the 2, a 3. What is that from? A 1, a 2, a 3.
Don't know.
No? Okay, and then this one, let's just go like this because I don't know where to put it. There we go. So roughly the same size, approximately. And I'm just going to center that. That was the how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Oh,
A 1, a 2, a 3. All right. That's the crunch. Okay, Mr. Hunt, I need you to help me out over here. I'm going to put these here so our lovely friends have something to look at. Can you do that? All right, we're going to do this together.
wish.
I'm trying. I can't.
Thank you for putting that one at the beginning.
Okay, here we go. Here we come. I've got tunes in my head, apparently. I had the Monkeys tune in my head. All right. There we go. Look at our little tag.
Some people said Lawrence Welk, and I think that might be
Lawrence Welk? Ooh.
a 1, a 2.
I don't know. That one's before my time. You might know that one, Alan.
Apparently your customers do.
Sorry. Sorry. I was more of a Monkeys era kid. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this out of here. Look at how perfect that tag is. I love it. And the other two are absolutely perfection. I'm going to go ahead and just get the little bits out of that, out of here too. All right. And that, my friends, is all the die cutting we have for tonight. All right, done. Have a great night. And oh, I'm kidding. I'm not really done. All right. Let's see. I feel disorganized. Like I haven't been doing this for a few days, so now I feel or a couple of weeks, so I feel a little disorganized. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. And then next up, we're going to get started. We're going to work our way like large, medium, small. So this one's wider, so we're going to start with this one. Why? I don't know. We're just going to do it that way. So let me put this aside. I have my black. Now let me show you a whole bunch of inks that I'm going to use. Gosh, I feel like I have too much stuff here. Okay. So I like to start kind of like I like to come up with a starting point. So my starting point with this one is actually going to be the ledger. So the ledger stamp, I'm going to put this on the black. the whole thing. There you go. And I've got, actually, we're going to go ahead and zoom back out so I can show you all of my colors. Let me move some of this stuff. I've got too much stuff here. Now, here's all of my colors that I grabbed. So I have a gray and a black, a light brown and a dark brown. So let me give you the names. I have Alloy and Raven, Iced Tea and Coffee Bean. Everything's upside down, if you want to write these down. Pink Tutu and Fandango. And then for yellow, I have Lantern Yellow, Dandelion, which is more of a golden yellow. And then I don't think I actually used this color. Nope, I'm putting this one away. I did not use this. So I'm going to set that one aside. I don't know why I have that out. And then for greens, I've got two colors of green. So I have Key Lime Pie and then Olive Branch. And then for blue, Marina Madness, my favorite blue, and then Bally Blue. All right, so we've got this kind of, beach vibe going on. So I'm going to get started with Alloy. And I wanted to work with, so we can go ahead and zoom back in. I wanted to work with the ledger just kind of in the background. And so I'm just going to ink it up. And this doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It's just a light gray. I'm just going to kind of stamp it on here and...
Alloy.
What?
Alloy.
What did I say?
Gray.
Oh, yes, it's a light gray, so yes, it is Alloy. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. And if it's not perfect, I'm not going to worry about it. If I didn't ink it evenly, it's okay. And notice I didn't even stamp it straight, and that's fine. This whole technique of stack and collage is incredibly forgiving. So let's go ahead then and put that away. That's all we need from the ledger. So bye-bye ledger. I'll put you aside over there with the dies. Okay. Next thing, I'm just going to start playing with these stamps here. So I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a scene, and I want this to all be about relaxation and summertime. And so I thought it would be fun to start with one of the large words, and I decided to work with relax. I could have used explore or vacay. However you want to do it, you can. It's really that easy. So I chose relax, and I like to have, like the colors like at least 3 times each color that I use. I like to have them at least 3 times. So I'm going to start stamping with relax. And my first thought when I did this was to put it down here. And I thought, that's very expected. And I really wanted to have a little scene with some of these, like the little beach vibe and stuff like that. So I decided to turn it and just kind of put it like vertically, turn it on its side, and I'm going to let it sit for a moment and just soak in. And there we go. Look at the texture. That's not poorly stamped. It actually has a texture in the font, which is really, really beautiful. And then my next thing was to start. So I have that gives me, like my starting point. My next thing is to start my little scene. I wanted to have, some kind of a little scene down here. So we're going to just kind of play with these trees a little bit, because I think they're super, super cool. Really fun little tree. And so I've got the little, what do you call that? The tree, what is it called? The trunk of the tree, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the trunk of the tree with the dark brown. Oops. You're going to see me making a mess here. Trunk of the tree with the dark brown. And I stamped it, I'm going to stamp it a couple of times. One maybe up a little bit higher than the other. There we go. It doesn't always have to be in a straight line, and it doesn't always have to be right on the line. So just kind of have a little bit of fun with it. And then next, I'm going to do the leaves of the trees. And I wanted to do 2 shades of green with this. So when I ink it up, I'm going to ink both of the colors. So I can see how it's going to go, like right here and then here. So I'm going to ink it first in that really light green. And then I'm going to angle my stamp just a little bit and get some of the edges in that dark green. And it gives me kind of a nice two-tone to the leaves. Oops, it would help if I actually pressed it all the way on. Let's try that again. And don't worry if you don't get it the first time. Okay? So I'm going to ink that up again. Go a little bit on an angle here. And I'm going to do the next one. There we go. Look how cool. Isn't that beautiful? It's incredibly forgiving. And then the next thing in my little scene here is going to be the Jeep. Now, I'm going to grab a little scrap piece of paper here, just because you can see I stamped this in black before. So I just want to make sure that this is going to be nice pink when I stamp it. Good, because I cleaned it. I wasn't sure if I cleaned it. But I want it to be two-toned. So again, I'm going to stamp it in the light one, the lighter pink, and then I'm going to angle it just a little bit and get some bits in that darker pink. And then I'm going to put that on the line, well, close to the line. See how we do. Is there a question, Alan?
Yeah. How do you store your inks?
How do I store my inks? I store my inks actually in a drawer, to be honest with you. We are going to be, what?
Flat.
Flat, yes. Mine are flat in a drawer. I like to be able to see what the colors look like, so I have mine all lined up in a drawer. We're going to be doing a, once I finally get this place organized, we're still waiting on the counters to arrive. So once we get it done, it's probably going to be another few months, but we're going to do a complete, video like walkthrough on the whole thing. Okay, so from here, I needed sunshine. And we've got the stamp for that right here. I love this sunshine stamp. So I thought it would be fun to do a couple of layers of yellow. If you haven't figured it out yet, I like to do multi, like two-tone colors. So right in that bright lantern yellow, and then I'm going to get some of the tips of those rays in the darker gold. And I'm going to stamp this, and we're going to go right over some of the other stuff that's already here. And that's okay. Press that on, let it soak in, and there we go. Nice and bright and beautiful. All right. From here, we have the perfect little sentiment to go in here. As I was looking in my set, I saw this. It says the heat is on, and I thought, how adorable. And I thought, I want some things to pop. So that's when I went with the black. The sentiment is going to be black. And it says the heat is on, and it's perfectly curved to go in that sun. How cute is that? Isn't that darling? I mean, seriously. So this was kind of like, I did this and then I thought, all right, now where do I go from here? Now I want to start adding in some other colors, and I want to start balancing some colors and just start filling this out. So this was my initial scene, and then I just kind of started grabbing things and playing, and I thought, I've got some yellow up here. I want to get some yellow down in here a little bit. What I don't have is a little bit of blue. Let me bring some blue into it. And then I just started playing. So let's start with some blue, just to add one more color in before we start, moving other colors, repeating colors. I'm going to get my last color in, which is going to be blue. And I'm going to start with Marina Madness. And this is when I started playing a little bit. I'm going to go with, the heat is on. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to do Relax. Why not do Relax? You can do any of these. These little definitions that are in here are like totally, totally cute. I love them. So now this is a really, really light blue. So don't worry if it doesn't show up. I'm not even going to get the whole thing on here. Okay, I don't even care if I can see it perfectly. That's not even my concern. So if you don't get a perfect stamp, or if you stamp it a little on an angle, it doesn't matter. It's something that's just going to kind of disappear into the background a little bit. Kind of filling in. We get to put multiple sentiments and thoughts and things into these, which I think is really, really fun. I'm going to do, I don't think I have this stamp on here right because it's not laying down. There we go. I'm going to go ahead now and start balancing color a bit. So I have some blue up here. I'm going to bring a little bit of blue over here. And I'm going to use this one here that says, Never Lose Your Sense of Wonder. That's from a song. There we go. Let's make sure I got it straight. And I'm going to go a little bit darker with the Bally Blue now. And I'm going to put this right here. There we go. Look how cute. While I have this blue out, I think I'm going to do, it's really just about balancing color now and filling in some of the spaces. So I'm going to get those little, I don't have this on here right. It's just in the way. Let me fix that stamp. There we go. So now I'm going to grab my little sunglasses, and while I have the blue out, I'm going to stamp these sunglasses and just pop them up here. And it's okay if it goes right over the other. Isn't that cute? Cute. Let's put this one back. Was there another question out there at all, or no? Alan?
The only thing was somebody got their board and they were excited.
Oh, awesome. Somebody got their board?
Let's see if I can
Yay.
find it. Sherry W.
Sherry W. got her board?
Yeah.
Awesome. I hope you're loving it. I'm moving on to the tracks and treads now, and I'm going to just start playing. So I have some yellow up here. I want to bring a little bit of yellow down here. And I'm just pulling out, this one is like an arrow, which I think is really cool. And I'm going to start, I'm going to go back to my bright yellow, which is lantern yellow. And just pop that in there. Just filling in some, some of the spaces. And then from here, I'm going to just start grabbing some of these. Now, if you might already have some things like this in your stash too. I love the tracks and treads because we really included a lot of different things in it. This one is kind of like a little postage stamp. I'm going to pop that up in here. Super, super cute. While I have the pink out, I decided that I would use this solid circle. This solid circle and this little arrow, those are fun to stamp in lighter colors and then add more texture and stuff over them. But I wanted to do, instead of putting a little piece of paper up here, the reinforcement for that hole, I'm stamping this over just to give some color. a solid, so when I move it, look how cute. And of course that comes right off of my glass mat. Nice and easy. There we go. So cute. We have a lot of pink going on. So let's see. I'm going to bring a little more black in here. And I'm going to do the Live Those Dreams. Just to get a little more balance. We have just one of the items in black. So we need something else. And I'm going to put that right under here. There you go. Super cute. I am going to bring some more pink in, but a lighter pink, that lighter pink, because right now I have a lot of that darker pink going on and we need to balance. So I'm going to bring in my lighter pink. This is the pink tutu. And let's see, what do we have in here? Let's get this three little circles, and we're just going to start playing with some little textures. This is like 3 little circles, so I'm just going to add that in here just for fun. I'm going to add a few of those over here. And if you want, you could grab one of the other little textured pieces instead. There's a lot to choose from in here. I'm going to grab this little piece here. This one is like, you know, when you have, you know, at the post office and it runs through the machine, you get those little lines. Just pop that on there. And let's go ahead with this little heart here.
A lot of pink.
It is a lot of pink. I'm going to do a couple more in the brighter, darker pink with this little heart here. Put one up there. Put one down here. That's really cute. And then I feel like I want to bring some more blue in. Do I want lighter blue? I'm going to get those birds in. Remember those, see those little birds? They're like little seagulls. Those are super cute. I got to put this heart back. This is really how easy this is. You can add all kinds of things in here and do it however you want. So I could do the birds in black if I want, or I'm going to do them in blue. Look how cute. I just love this. It's fun. All right, what color? You know what we don't have? Let me put the birds back over here. I want to do a little more. I don't want to do any more green. I did think about bringing more green in, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to bring some of that lighter blue in. That's how I did it originally, so I think I'm going to do it, but I'm going to grab these little arrows here. There we go. And I'm going to put these arrows. I think I got them going the other way. I want it to go this way. Over here. There you go. And then let's put that away. And let's see. I'm going to do these little dots, but not in the blue. I'm going to do them in the really light pink. And this is a girly, kind of a girly one because there's a lot of pink in here. Just a little bit of texture. There you go. And then from here, I'm going to go in with some gray because the only gray that I had was the ledger, but I decided I fell in love with this little star here, which I think is just darling. And I decided I wanted to kind of fill in some of these little places here, or spaces, with this star. And you can go right over some other things. It's just kind of fun to add some little things in there. And I'm going to do one little change from what I did before. and it's with this one right here. I had done this originally in pink, but I don't think I want it in pink. I think I want it in gray. I wanted to add some texture back here behind the relax, and I thought that was a really pretty way to do it. Just layering up. From here, I mean, this tag is pretty much done. I am going to take it and literally just kind of, this is where I had to think for a moment, do I really want to do this? But I did it anyway. On the gray, I'm literally just kind of rubbing the edges, just like so, a little bit. And it just gives me a little more texture. I don't know if you can even see it in there. But this is where I would call it done. And how long did that take? Not very long at all. Isn't that so cute? You like it, Ellen?
Yes.
I like it. Okay. So now we go on to number 2. We're going to use the same stamps. All right. Same stamps. And with this one, again, I wanted to create a little scene, but I decided to start working my way kind of down, and I wanted to work with the sun again. So I'm going to do the same technique with the yellows, where I have the bright yellow and then that kind of golden yellow. So I go into the bright yellow, and then around the edges of it with the golden yellow. And I'm going to stamp it slightly off to the side here. You don't have to do that. That was just what I decided to do. I just didn't want everything perfectly centered. And I'm going to do the same heat is on stamp because I love how that looks. Oops. Where'd it go? Right up here. Heat is on. There's a song there. I just know it. Somebody should write one. Okay. There we go. So cute. So now again, we're going to take a look at, just creating a little bit of a scene. So I'm grabbing my greens because I didn't know exactly where I wanted my trees, the tree trunks to be placed. So I thought I would start with the leaves because that would kind of tell me where they were going to be. So I go in the brighter green and then just kind of around the edges with the dark. Here's one. There we go. And put this one up a little bit higher. Why? I don't know. Why not? And then that's going to then tell me where the rest of the tree has to go. And for that I need the brown, so the darker brown. There we go. And I decided I wanted a little beach kind of a look to it. So we happen to have a little sandy beach stamp right here. If you were wondering what this is a sandy beach. So I'm going to go with my iced tea, and I'm going to stamp the sand here. Notice I always put the lid on my inks when I'm done with them, but when I move on to the next color, because I will always put my I'll always gather ink from the wrong ink pad if I have more than one open. So I'm going to grab this little beach chair now. Let me make sure I have this right side up. And right into Bally Blue. Here's the beach chair. Look how cute. I seriously love this. And then, of course, we also have the little umbrella, which we're going to do in pink. So it's all the same color scheme as the other one. Look how cute. And now I'm going to go back to my little beach, my sandy beach, and just add another little bit of sandy beach here. There we go. I'm going to add a tiny little more sandy beach over here. And I'm going to put a Jeep on there, just like I did before. Same stamps, so you can see, I mean, you really can make an endless number of combinations with this set. It is just darling. So we go into that light pink first, the pink tutu, and then just around the edges a little bit for Fandango. There we go. Look how cute. And then, of course, we need to have some of the birds. And I'm going to do the birds in black this time. I did them in blue before. This one I want to be in black. There we go. Lots of them. I'm going to leave the black out. Now is a good time to have a large word on here. And I want the word to be vacay. The word explore is too long, so I was debating which word I want, and vacay fits just perfectly on here, so that's what I'm going with. Is there a question? Oh, is that Catherine? Is that Catherine from Scrapbook and Cards Today? Hello! I think it might be. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We absolutely love, 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 love. If you guys have not already attended one of the events with Scrapbook and Cards Today, I highly suggest you check out some of the ones that are in the future. We're getting ready to do the Crop and Create for the fall, and I mean, it really is amazing. They do the best job with their events. So if you have not already checked out one of their events, I highly suggest you do, because I mean, they're really just, they're organized beautifully. They're just amazing. You get to work with so many, different companies and different products and styles and classes, and they're just amazing. We love working with SCT. Okay, so here we go. So I got vacay on there. And so now we have our little scene here. So now it's really just about, yes, it's Catherine. Hello. I see. I just looked up and saw.
It looks like they got the bell.
Oh, good, good, good. Okay, so now it's about filling in. So now I literally just have to start saying, okay, what colors can I put where? Where do I need some more texture? Where do I need to fill in a little bit? So I've got some green up here, and I didn't reuse green on the last one, so I'm going to do it on this one. And I made a little bit of a mistake when I did this on the first one that I did, but then I love how it turned out when I fixed it. So I'm going to show you what I did. So I have my little vacation what is it called? Definition here. I love these sets because we have large words. We have all kinds of little images on here. You know, sentiments, like one-word sentiments, little sentences. And then we have all of these little definitions too, so they're really, really fun. And so I wouldn't say I made a mistake, but I worked with I got it upside down. There we go. Now it's upside down. When I inked up the light green and I stamped it, I really couldn't see it very well. And I'm going to go right over where it says vacation here, but I couldn't see it very well. And I'm like, I don't know if I love how that looks. It just wasn't what I was hoping for. And so then I thought, I'm going to do it again. So then I inked it up in the darker, and I went right over the top of it. And it's not perfect. It's even offset, so I didn't worry about getting it on there perfectly. But it almost looks like it has a highlight behind it, which I think is really cool. So it has a really neat look to it, I think, anyway. So that's why I decided to redo my little mistake. So I went right over part of the word vacay there with my definition that says vacation. And then from here, I just kind of started playing. I wanted to have, you know, again, some more textures and things. So I had mentioned this little arrow to you before, how you can use this arrow. And you can ink it up in a light color, and then you can go over it with a darker color in a different texture. And so that's what I'm doing. So I have this arrow, and it's okay if they overlap a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually prefer it because then it just kind of brings everything together. So I went with the light pink over that, and then I have another little arrow over here that I'm going to do in the darker pink. And I'm going to put that right into that first arrow. Just like so. Isn't that cool looking? I think it's neat. Now, I've added a little bit of pink. Let me go back to this pink. Remember how I did the circle up at the top? I'm going to do that again with this one. This one's probably going to end up a little bit different than my first one, only because I started stamping a little bit further down this time. There we go. And so I'm going to be filling in maybe a little more at the top. We'll see. Look how cute. Alrighty. So I want to add, I've got some pink. So I have pink, pink, pink. I've got one little bit of blue, got plenty of brown, and I've got some green in there. I'm probably going to end up with some green up at the top, but I'm going to get some more of that blue in. So now I'm going to go over to, let's try this one. I love this. We call them tracks and treads because there's a lot of things in here that make me think of, you know, like cars, tracks and treads, you know, like from a car. So let's ink this up. And I'm just going to kind of do this quickly, like that, because I don't want it to be really dark. There we go, a little bit on the end there. Don't want perfect stamping, I just want texture. All of these little things here are all about texture. I'm going to bring in a little camera. So we have some fun little things in here. I'm going to grab this little camera. And I'm going to put another pink, the bright pink, for this little camera. Pop that right there. And now it's really kind of about some filler. So I've got green in here. It's right in the center. I do want to make this one to be a little more islandy. So I'm going to grab my leaves, branches of the trees again here. And I thought this was really fun to do. So I got both of my greens, the lighter one and the dark. I'm going to go right into the light one and just get some of the edges like I did before. And just kind of stamp these off the edge a little bit. Nothing perfect. It's okay if it's not exactly the same as the other one. There we go. Just a tiny little bit in there. Kind of fun. Look how islandy it starts to look. It's kind of cool. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring some of that around the edges too. Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit down here. A little bit there. I don't know if I want to add another one there. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that because I think it's going to be too much. Sometimes you look at it and you go, ah. Concerned if I put any more, it's going to be too much. I probably could have put one in the center there, but again, my thing is like when I start to question myself, when I'm not certain, that's when I go, don't do it. All right, now I'm going to fill in with a little bit of gray, just like I did before. I'm going to do a little bit of, let's see, what am I going to do? Let's do the relax. Oops, I just hit that with my finger. So I'm going to do this relax sentiment here. I'm going to get a tiny bit of that in there. Put that in there just for some texture. And I'm not going to do that one. I think I'm going to get the enjoy so I have more than one. All right. Yeah, let's make sure I have it. I don't want to put it on there upside down. That would be bad. There we go. And then I'm going to grab those stars again. And I shouldn't have covered that up. I'm going to grab those stars again. You could do some little flowers, but I just kind of like the stars for some reason. I've fallen in love with this little star stamp. And I'm going to do a couple of those. Put one of those there. Put one here. Off the side there maybe a little. And then last, I want to get some little birds in here. So I have those birds there. I'm going to do a couple little birds up at the top because I have that white space up there, just so it makes it look like they're flying up there. Just kind of gently. I'll put one there. Kind of fun. And then again, I'm going to take it and just, I mean, you could leave it just like this if you want the edges clean, but I'm going to take it and just kind of wipe the edges of it, just the edges, into my ink pad just a little bit. There we go. You could do that in a different color too if you didn't want. I like the gray because it's just kind of not so in your face. Isn't that cute? So darling. All right, so what about this last one? Let's see how fun these are. It's almost like an addiction once you get going. So I used Relax and I used Vacay. So I thought this would be the perfect one to use, Explore. There we go. Love these. Have you noticed yet that on our Cling and Store, my stamps are stuck right on it? That's why we call it Cling and Store. It's super easy. You don't lose any of your stuffs. So I'm going to go ahead with the word Explore in the light pink. Ink it up really good. I'm just going to hold it on here for a moment, give it a moment to soak in. There we go. So this one, I literally started with the Jeep and the word explore. And then I thought, now what am I going to do? What can I do? I want it to be different than the other. What can I do? So here's, let me make sure that's inked up really well. There we go. Here's the Jeep. There we go. Now I thought the word explore looked a little lonely, a little bare, but I didn't really want to do texture in there, and I love having the sunshine. So I decided to ink up the sunshine in just in the yellow. Where is it? I'm only going to do the bright yellow on this one because we're going into pink. So it's already going to have some areas where it looks a little bit darker anyway. And I'm just going to kind of stamp off a little bit right over it. There we go. Look how cute. Wipes right off. I mean, does it look, you know, is it so in your face that it screams, I'm the sun? No, but it's there and it's texture and it looks really, really cool. Looks like a sunrise over, like, behind the word explore. And then from here, I just did some little trees again with the green. Nice and easy. Grabbing my greens. I love these trees. It's one of my favorite things in this whole set. There we go. Don't even worry about that hole being there. Just go right over it. Let that soak in. Perfect. And I wanted some right here too. There we go. And then just kind of make it look like there's some up on the top. All right, just a little bit more like that. Nice and easy. Let me do that one again. There we go. And then the last thing I need is the brown. And I'm not going to do that tree trunk on everything, just on two of them. Right here. And then right here. And then I can wipe this up. Really easy. And then from here, all you need to do is really just grab some string that you have. If you have some ribbon, and I mean, just kind of play with ribbon and string and mix them up and just kind of have fun with it. It's just that easy. Match to, you know, whatever it is you're doing if you want, or just go white. I mean, white is always good, right? So I think this was, so here's, let's see, let's line these up. Here's the first one that I did, and then this is the one that I just did with you guys. So it's a little bit slightly different. You can see how I started, you know, a little bit lower this time on it, but it's gorgeous. They don't all have to be exact. And then there's these two here. Which one did I do? I think this one on the left is the one that I did first, and then this one. Oh, I forgot to take this one here. If I could pick it up. I can't pick it up. And get my little edges just to give them a little bit of age. There we go. And then here's these two. So this is the one I did first, and then this is the one I just did with you. Look how cute. I think these are adorable. You know, and this is wonderful. If you want to just, if you're going to be doing some journaling or scrapbooking or something like that, you can put these in there because you went on vacation. Or if somebody that you know is going to be taking a vacation and you want to give them a little send-off gift, a little going away gift or something, these would be absolutely perfect to have on there. And I just think they're adorable. I think they're so fun. So I hope you guys like them. What? Yes, let's go ahead and switch the camera. Hi! Oh, well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really, really love making, I love making cards, but I love making tags. These anytime tag dies make it super, super easy. And the collage stamps are just out of this world. I love the collage stamps. I love that you can just customize it. It's different every time you do it. You can customize tags and cards, and you can use these all over scrapbook pages and journals and planners and absolutely everywhere. I just think they're so, so fun. And then you can also mix and match all of your collage sets too, because you might see, one of the sentiments or definitions or something from a different set that you want to use in what you're crafting with. So, I will tell you this too, stay tuned, because our upcoming collection that we've got for fall, we've got a fall, winter, Christmas release that's going to be coming up in early September, and we've got some really, really great collage sets in there too. So hey, but hey, we've already got several of them in the store too. So if you wanted to grab any of those, you could as well. So we do have a giveaway, because we always have a giveaway every night here. Alan just reminded me of that. I'm terrible with it. So we're going to do, you know what the giveaway is going to be? The giveaway is going to be the Tracks and Treads stamp set. It looks like we've already got a name drawn here. Ann Slattery. Ann Slattery, you are the winner tonight. Congratulations. So Ann, you have won the Tracks and Treads stamp set. I need you please to send your name and your mailing address. Send it to customer service at ldrscreative.com, and we will get your Tracks and Treads stamps out to you right away. Thank you so much. Yay! All right, everybody, we are wrapping it up. We're like 2 minutes over right now. So we're going to have to say goodnight, but we're going to be back next week. I have no idea what I'm going to be crafting with, but hopefully it will be as much fun for you guys as it is for me. So until then, have a wonderful evening, have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.